back to Made Up. It's your girl Diane, and today we have an exciting video. We are reviewing the new launch from Selena Gomez. It's her new cosmetics line called Rare Beauty. It is sold at Sephora. So yesterday was the official launch day. Today, I was at Sephora first thing in the morning at 10 a.m. trying to pick up some products that I had seen online that I think might work for me. So I didn't pick up the whole line or anything like that today, but a few things that we did pick up are the foundation. Lovely, look at that. I like this. It gives some extra oomph. I don't know how to describe it. And then the concealer, this little gal right here. The next thing we picked up was this lippy in shade Courage. This is more of a lip whip. They did have another line of lipsticks that were more like, I guess they're not lipsticks, they're lip balms. But I figured with the mask and everything that it would help to moisturize the lips, but it would also transfer a lot more onto your mask. And then last but not least, I got the concealer brush. So right here, that's what it looks like there. It is actually different than when I saw online. I thought online it looked a little bit smaller. It's bigger than I thought it would be. But I think because of the angle, it helps you know, get into the grooves like in the corner of the eye. So those are the few things that I picked up from the launch. So I picked up 4 items. We're gonna try it on today and see how it works on my skin. Let's go ahead and get started with the makeup. So I got my hairpin back as best I can. I have to use 3 because my hair is so fine that if I clump them all together, you would think that it would hold it, but it doesn't. I have to like portion it out to get like the best clip. And these little clips that I got on Amazon, these are the best for my hair. I'll have to find the link to this because these are a lifesaver if you have fine, thin hair and every clip you ever try leaves a dent in your hair. Yeah, it's just perfect. Okay, so I've got my skincare on, I've gotten down to my sunblock, so now also I had put primer on because I did not pick up the primer in this collection. I only picked up a few items today at the store. I got a few things that I thought would work for me. So let's go ahead and just get started with the makeup. First things up, like I said, the primer is already on, so I am going to try this foundation. I got the shade 230N. And based on my online profile, I went into the store thinking I knew what shade it was gonna be. It was like 280N, and I couldn't be further off from the truth. Immediately when I got into the store, I realized that that was not the shade for me. It really does help to try things on at the store or at least see them. Sephora right now in my area is allowing you to swatch with an attendant, meaning you can't just like pick it up and do it yourself. But person helping you will actually take whatever shades you want, they'll put it on a palette, and then you touch that palette. So that palette, until it's cleaned off, it won't go with anyone else. It's yours to swatch on basically. And then she let me swatch here. I have to keep my mask on and just like move my mask. So at least at my Sephora, they're letting us do that now, when before they weren't allowing any of that. So they have loosened up a little bit. So I'm gonna give this a little shake. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It is a very liquidy foundation, but I think it's supposed to be a light to medium coverage. So it is a bit serum-y, and I don't know, is that a word, serum-y? When I went into the store, like the samples sitting there, they do have some separation. I won't call it breakdown because I don't want you to think the product's going bad, but I feel like you actually have to shake this product, kind of mix it up each time, because once it's sat down and it will settle or separate maybe the ingredients in it. So I'm gonna give it a shake. Okay, so a big doe foot applicator, and I do like this feature right here, this added decoration, this ball. It helps with the gripping. I don't know. It's a little thing, but it helps. I might need a little more or a little less. I'm gonna use just a regular foundation brush from it. I did not pick up the foundation brush just because I just don't need another one. Gosh, I don't know. I actually think that's a little too, I don't know that it matches, or maybe it matches perfectly. I don't know. Okay, so I buffed in half the side of my face. I actually do think it's a really good color match. It does feel very light, I will say that, and I think it's meant to. So I like that. Let's finish with the rest of the face. And I am going to take off my earrings for this piece because they seem to be getting in the way. That is the whole face buffed in there. Yeah, I do think it's a good color match for me right now. At first I was thinking maybe it was a little too yellow, but it is a neutral color, but we tried on some shades that actually said neutral, but they didn't seem neutral. So in my opinion, her neutrals lean a little warm. I got some transference, so it's a little bit dewy. I will set this, and I don't know if they recommend setting it, but I am gonna set it because I feel like it is a bit tacky. And I don't necessarily like that, especially right now with us wearing masks. I want my makeup to stay on as long as possible throughout the day. So the next item up, we're gonna try some concealer. I picked this up in the same shade, which was 230N. And she explained to me that the concealer, even though it's the same number, it's meant to match as this being one shade lighter. So that's the way they've kind of paired this. So 230N. In the concealer will always be just a shade lighter than the foundation. So it's meant to give you a brightening feature to it, but if you wanted to skin match, that might be an issue for you. Meaning if you want your concealer the same to cover up pigmentation and not necessarily give you a brightening moment, you might have to take it a shade in a different direction. I'm gonna get this on the under eye. It's got an interesting doe foot. It looks to be just like a regular one, but upon further inspection, it's not. It's actually got like a wider, it goes wider out this way, and then there's a flat angle to it, so that's interesting. I don't put too much concealer on typically because I have fine lines and wrinkles underneath the eye. If I put on a bunch of concealer, that would settle everywhere. It just would look like a hot cakey mess on me. I also have normal to dry skin, so I am very picky about my concealer underneath the eye because I feel like a lot of products, especially with a combination of powder, tend to dry out the products and then inadvertently dry out the skin underneath, and I start to look like a raisin under my eyes. So definitely not a good look. So I'm gonna get this on the eye, and I'm just gonna do these little tiny dots at first. If you're someone who really likes to go ham on this flat edge or this angled edge is gonna be really great for you. If you do like these, like the big triangles under the eye, it's gonna be awesome. I picked up this concealer brush here, and I don't know if y'all can see that. It's got a really cool angle on it. I love it. When I saw this online, I knew immediately I wanted to get it. You guys know I've been in the market for a new concealer brush, so I'm hoping this works wonders since this design is pretty cool. I love it. We're going to get this concealer blended. Okay, at first I'm gonna dab it and then see how that works. I'm not gonna drag it along the skin. I just don't wanna be pulling at the skin at all. So most of the time I'm dabbing. I might have to add more on. I didn't put that much on. Let me just finish up the other eye and I definitely brighten the eye on camera. I'm definitely seeing that. I was thinking that maybe it wouldn't be brightening enough, just the one shade difference. Sometimes I feel like if I want a brightening moment underneath the eye, I go 2 shades lighter, but I actually like this. It's subtle enough in person that it looks really nice when you're up close, the shade difference anyway, and then on camera I can really see the difference in the color. I am going to set the under eye and the face. That's how I would normally wear my concealer and my foundation. And I am using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores, the press powder, and I wear this one a lot. Okay, so So I can already tell you that that was not a good combination. So that's unfortunate because now it just looks really, really powdery, like beyond powdery. And maybe because this works beautifully for like an IT Cosmetics full coverage moisturizer, which I normally use right now. And this works perfectly. And maybe this was just a little bit too much for this foundation because I feel like my nose looks very, very powdery. Everywhere else is kind of okay. So I'm gonna spray my face right now with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And I'm gonna let this dry down. And I haven't finished up the rest of the face yet. I will say that already it's starting to crease pretty badly at my nose area down here, in my lines down here and on my side. That's not that normal at this early in the game. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, so it's pulling up at my fine lines over here pretty badly, actually. And this is, you know, this has already been set, but I have it pulling in my fine lines everywhere, and it's aging me pretty bad. And that's what I was worried about, was something so serumy that it would be hard to set. All right, so I am thinking of taking this makeup off and trying again. I'll try it one more time, and I'm gonna use a different setting powder than this, or perhaps I won't set it at all. Even though my typical routine is to set it, I am going to take this all off, put it back on, and not set. So I will do that now. All right, I've taken all the makeup off. So now we're gonna go in round two. I'm gonna do everything the same, except this time we're not gonna set it, and I'm gonna see how it does. All right, guys, so I didn't even finish up the rest of my face. I put on some bronzer and some blush, and I did not set my face at all. So this concealer, I think the foundation looks lovely so far. I don't know how the wear test will work out, but as of right now, this concealer, it 100% needs to either be set, or this is just not for my skin. It can't be. And again, normal to dry skin, and I have what some might consider maturing skin. I'm in my late 30s, and I have fine lines and wrinkles, and then plus I have hooded eyes. So I'll zoom in the camera. So I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna get in I'll zoom in as close as I possibly can, but take a look at my eyes right there. My beautiful hooded eyes. If you can see all the product, but right here, I mean, it is bad. It is very bad. And now this is a concealer. You know, maybe it's not supposed to go on the top of the lids or whatnot, but it's very common that a lot of people will take, and I didn't put concealer there, I just took whatever was left on my brush and spread it up top. So I didn't intentionally put concealer on my eye as eye primer. I just laid kind of a simple base there. That is not normal. I mean, that's a lot of product. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my finger and kind of get rid of this right here, right now, because I can't take it. It's bothering me, it's so much. Let's go ahead and examine the under eye. Definitely going into my creases and just accentuating those to no end. I have smoothed that out, taken the excess product off with my fingers. We're gonna give that some time. We haven't even got into the lips yet. So I am going to get this product on my lips here. I did make this last purchase here, is in the shade Courage. It is the Lip Souffle in Courage. Very nice. And we did swatch this color in the store. You have to keep your mask on, so you can't try it on your lips. Even though they give you the tester doe foot to put it on, you have to put it on your skin. You can't put it on your lips. There is the doe foot right there. It's kind of a wedge, which is very nice because then you can spread it on the lips and then also just kind of tight line it a little bit with the edge of it. Okay, so there is the color there. I feel like it looks really nice on camera. I was struggling a lot today with dry lips, so you'll have to excuse my lips. It does feel very nice. I think lip souffle is a perfect definition of it. It's very creamy and smooth. It's not drying down, so it's not gonna dry down to a matte. It feels like it's gonna stay like this, which is nice, but at the same token, right now with all the mask wearing, probably was hoping for something a little bit more drying, only so that not so much would transfer on the lips. That's actually specifically why I got this and not the balms that they had, which looked absolutely beautiful. I really probably should get that since I've been suffering from dry lips. But that doesn't work for wearing a mask, so I stayed away from it, hoping this would work. It's not very pigmented. Definitely for me, this is a your lips but better type scenario. This is more my color. Okay, so let us check on this concealer again, and I'll have to zoom in here for you guys again, but I can already see that I'm getting the same pooling of product in my crease up top here. That's pretty bad. So next step is I am going to use a different powder. I will say that foundation is also slipping at my nose. So I do not have oily skin. I have normal to dry skin actually. Pretty much normal skin, and it is pooling on the side. And this is something that never happens to me right here in those creases there, and that's the foundation because I didn't put any concealer there. So I am going to take my Jeffree Star powder here. All right, guys, so that is the finished look. I will say I struggled a lot today. I feel like today is one of those days that I'm just having a very, very bad makeup day. Like, I feel like I couldn't get anything to work without really, really putting in some hardcore effort. This is it. I'm gonna go with it because I can't spend all day trying to perfect every single nook and cranny. Since powdering, it looks better. I'm still having some product pool up in these lines over here, and it hasn't been that long. So that is not normal for me. And then under the eye, like, we're kind of okay. I mean, this one I probably have to touch up just a little bit, but I feel like I removed a lot of this product with my finger, just dabbing it. And it's possible, maybe I just put too much concealer on for my skin. So I'm going to continue to wear this throughout the day and see what happens. I will tell you, I don't feel like this is working for me. However, that being said, you just never know how makeup will change throughout the day. All right, guys, so this is a midday check-in. I've had this foundation on for about 4 hours and the concealer, and it looks okay. The foundation I like so far. Yeah, I like that, except for, like, if you can see that. Normally I don't get that much product, and keep in mind I had wiped down, or not wiped, but patted this area down that removed some of that product already. We haven't had too many further problems down here though, so that's good. And then my under eye, it's looking okay, but again, I took off a lot of that product by patting it down multiple times. So I don't know, I had a lot of trouble with that concealer, but the foundation I think looks really nice. That is working out for me. Sorry, I was doing a little bit of cleaning, so I had to change into this t-shirt here, but that's what the makeup looks like so far, midday. All right, guys, it's the final check-in. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and I got this makeup on at around 12:30 to 1, somewhere there. So we've had it for, you know, a good amount of time, a good at least 9 hours. So that is the final look from there. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but we've had some wear. I will say that for most of the day, I felt like it did pretty well. I started to like it as I started to wear it. So giving it some time to warm up on the skin, I did end up really liking my foundation, and I think it really was a good color match for me. So for at least 6 hours, the foundation wore very, very nicely. And then we went to dinner and I wore a mask inside the restaurant and then just leaving the restaurant. So literally we're talking maybe 5 minutes in total, and as soon as that happened, I had a lot of makeup wear off between the nose and the cheeks and everything. I mean, just completely break down. But even before that, I will say we did have some problems with the nose area. I know I mentioned that earlier, and it did not get any better. Definitely got worse, but for most part of the day, it was manageable. Now it just looks like most of it's come off, except for the stuff that's, you know, really creased in the lines there that I haven't patted down. And then the concealer, that looks to be a hot mess. There are some parts over here that have completely worn off and just don't have any product. Keep in mind, I did take off a lot by dabbing the product too, but I have this one big line underneath both my eyes that a lot of concealers will tend to want to try to live there and like take a permanent residency. Hate that eviction notice all the time. So this one though, because I was doing a wear test, there's really nothing I could do. I just had to let it live, but definitely giving it the boot tonight. I will not pick up that concealer again. It's just not for me. The lip wore off pretty fast. However, I did like the formula. I liked how it felt on the lips. The color I really enjoyed. It was spot on. My lips, but better. And then I don't mind, you know, reapplying. It is gonna come off in your mask though. It doesn't dry down fully at all. It does stay more of the smooth, silky, satiny type finish. So I definitely really enjoyed this product, and I really liked this brush. Even though it looked kind of big at first, it feels nice on the skin, and I felt like it worked really well under on my under eye, and then just like these inner corner type pockets. So I really liked this. I am going to move this into my daily use pile. I'll keep playing with this. I'll definitely keep playing with the foundation and trying different powders, setting sprays, things like that. For at least 6 hours, I really actually did like the coverage, but the concealer's a no-go for me. So hopefully I'll get to try more products out of this line. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys had fun watching this. I was definitely really excited about this launch. We have some hits, we have some misses, just from the few products that I got. Thanks again for joining me, and if you liked what you saw here today, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Please also ring that notification bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. All right, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.
Hi.
Tapped away, and then
Oh, I pity, and these are pity.